guys and welcome to IDK Videos. I have made a ranking list of the best Magic games on Roblox, so lean back and relax. But to understand the order of the games are ranked, you must first understand which factors I've ranked them with. The first factor is popularity. Roblox is a multiplayer game, so if a game isn't popular, it might be boring to play the game. The second factor is challenges. If the game isn't challenging or have no challenges for you, the game would fast become boring, and we won't have that. Then we have the third factor, and it's about updates. If there are no updates, then at some point the game will get boring. Then we have the fourth factor, and that's grinding. I don't know how you have it about grinding, but for me it is something you just need to get it over with. But if you like grinding, I've marked it in the description for you. Then we have the fifth factor, and that's pay to win. If a game on my list have pay to win, then it doesn't get ranked as good as it maybe should. I have also marked it in the description if you maybe like pay to win. The last factor is magic, and you must find the last factor out for yourself if you like the game. That's not up to me, but up to you to rank it. Now you know the stats and how I rank the game. So let's jump into it. I'm going from number 1 to number 12. Number 1 is the worst, number 12 is the best. And this year is number 1, and definitely the worst. Oh yeah, I just forgot something. Things that are bad have I marked in red, things that are good is marked in green, and things I don't know is marked in yellow. That's all. Let's now go into deep dive in this game. The popularity is 0, and this is a PvP game, and that makes it a really boring game because you can't fight any players. The challenges in this game comes from the PvP, and since there are no popularity in this game, there's no PvP, which means there's no challenge, and that's why it's marked in red. The creator of the game says it's a beta version, so it might come a new update. This game is a PvP game, which means there's no grinding in this game, and that's why I've marked it green, because I don't like grinding. Maybe it's red for you if you like grinding. There's not pay to win, but there's pay to get better skins, but not pay to win. And now we are on that point where you need to find out that it's a good game, so I'm now showing you how you can play the game. You spawn in the lobby and you can equip your spells. Maybe in a better version you can buy spells, but here you just can equip them. Defense, attack and ability spells. And there's a shop where you can buy skins and effects, and by pressing F you teleport yourself into the arena where you can kill people. The only problem there's no people to fight, so yeah. If you use a spell, you use your mana. And that's the game. But it has talents, and you need to remember it's only the beta version, so it could be something. Check it out. The second game is like a better version of the first game. This is a PvP game, you can call it a magic combat game, and that makes popularity extremely important. Instead of the other game, this game is popular. The game is popular, that means the challenges are in order, and the game gets regular updates, so that's also in order. This game is a magic game, and that means it has spells. To level up to get new spells, you need to use the spells to get XP. And to get XP you need to use the spell many times, and that gets boring, and that's what I call grinding, and that's why it's marked red. This game has sadly pay to win. There's different kinds of magic. For example, I have lightning magic. If I want to have a new magic, I need to roll again and I get a new magic, but my level is reset, but I can pay to hold my level, and that's one of the many reasons I have marked pay to win red. And now we are on the last factor, and that's where you need to discover for yourself if this game is worth trying out. When you first join the game, you first want to change your element. By leveling up you get more spells, and that's one reason to grind. There's also chances for better magics, and better magics make more damage and more spells. You can also store your magic if you don't want to lose the magic you have got, but that costs Roblox. Again, pay to win. When you are finished, you spawn in the world as a level 1 person, and you can begin to grind or try to kill other players. You can click on info and see what element you have, or what spells you have unlocked and what they can do. Most of the magic, when you hold them, they become stronger. Like this. This was the second game, let's now go over to the third game. The name of this game is Wizard Time. In this game you can collect spells around the map and kill players, but the only problem is there aren't any players in this game. Yeah, that was right, this is again an unpopular game. The challenge from this game comes from the spells you can find on the map. And the players you can fight, but there aren't any players, so it's mostly just finding spells. The creator says that the game is still in the beta version, so maybe there will come update, but I don't know. There's nearly no grinding, so that's why I've marked grinding green. There's no pay to win. And now it's showcase time. There are 50 different spells and you can sort them in found and unfound. You can click on them and see the hints where you can find them and what they do. This one, Magnetum, it's an easy one to find, but I think every spell is easy to find, but that you can see that for yourself. And then you just jump down to the spell, for example here, jump down and collect it. You can equip 3 found spells and use them. So if I'm pressing F, I will cast a spell, for example there. You can also buy better wands to upgrade the casting, reload time and stuff. You can use other spells to collect other spells. For example, that spell up there, you can use a spell that make rocks. The name of the spell is Rockum, and when you spawn a spell, you can jump onto the rock and collect the spell. And this is just one of many games. I've never seen a so unique game like this game. The name of this game is Wizarding Adventure 3. You can find players, find spells, and that's really hard to find spells, it's really hard, trust me. And combine spells to make new spells. There's one sad thing about this game, and that makes it much harder to play this game, because nobody can help you, and that's why this game is again unpopular. The challenges of this game are really great. The only problem is sometimes are they too great. I think most players will give up on this game before they even have got 5 spells. But that shouldn't hold you away from playing this game. I will make a beginner's guide where you can find some spells on an easy way. Don't bother looking for that video, so if I have made it, you will now see it on the right side of your screen. If not, I'm still working on it. Don't think there will come any more updates to this game. There's nearly no grinding, but there's enough grinding for me to mark it red. There's no pay to win, and now you need to find out for yourself if this is a game you want to play in the future. First things first, you can see your spells down there. And by pressing a number on your keypad you can choose your spell you want to cast. Every spell has a special effect on the objects around in the world. By pressing Q you make another variation of the spell. You can also use your wand special ability. You can also combine spells to get another effect, so if Aki shoots a projectile and Dio makes a stone wall, what happens if you combine them? You get another spell and another effect. And by pressing Q you get another variation of the same spell. So as you can see, quite many combination of spells, and that's one of the reasons I call this unique game. The next game is Wacky Wizards, and this is just a really fun game. I'm happy to say that this game is popular. The challenges in this game are excellent, so no worries there. I cannot even remember when the game last have got an update, so I don't think they will come in. The only grinding there is in this game is the daily quest, and it takes around 5 minutes to complete it, so it's not a problem. There's none win in this game, so you can't pay to win, but you can pay to get better items. And now let's see some gameplay. You will always spawn by your cauldron. You can put ingredients on your cauldron to get a special effect. I have a little bit more ingredients because I've played the game a little bit more. If you put 2 ingredients into your cauldron, they will fuse together and make a new effect. As you can see, lots of ingredients, lots of special abilities with the default abilities of the ingredients. Together they make something fun and random. Also just spawn the potion and give it to someone else and see how they react on your potion. If you think that was fun, you can spawn also throwing potions. You can throw it on the other player when they not want to drink the potion. You can throw it on them and they will get the effect and maybe die. Or just do something fun. You can also PvP another person with guns or swords. You must find ingredients around the map, join events, kill bosses. There's really much to do in this game. This is totally a game you need to look out for, because this game is just really good. Only thing this game needs is players. Yeah, this game is unpopular again. And what you already have guessed is correct. This is a PvP game, that means the turn is red because there's no players. But it would be green if there were players in the game, because this is just a really great game. The game is in the alpha state, but it is so perfect it looks like it isn't. I think there will come an update. You don't need to grind in this game, you can't even grind, because you spawn with everything you need. Maybe in the finished version you need to grind to get all the spells and everything, but in this version it isn't. So that's marked in green. There's none pay to win, but again this isn't the finished version. We are now on the last factor, magic / showcase time / your own opinion. All the symbols you see here are spells you can equip. You can for example equip them on here. And all the numbers you see on your left side of your screen are more of those equipable boxes where you can use your spells to have a better arsenal to kill your opponents with. There are cool defense and attack spells like this one. And you can make a pretty cool and overpowered force field around yourself. There are also spells like Repair that repair broken things like this wall. You can also block incoming spells and send them back to your enemy. These spells are quite impressive in this game. Arcane Reborn is a quite old game, but it is still good. The game is popular, but it isn't that important like the game before. The challenge comes from the main story and other quests and NPCs you can fight, and players. As said, the game is old, but it looks like there's still coming some improvement updates, but not anything big, I think. I think there's grinding because there are so many quests you can do, and that you can grind those quests, and that is grinding, so that's why it's marked red. Arcane Reborn isn't that kind of game where you need to pay to win, so non-pay to win, that's why it's marked green. By entering the game you can make a new game, load your game, and other stuff. You will awake on the island, and that's a part of the main story, and you need to talk to this NPC. He's like the tutorial guy. After finishing the tutorial guy's questline, you will get a boat and you must cross the ocean to another island and do the quest there. Main questline, you know. You'll quickly find out that the game has some tough edges in the combat, but it's still some fun to play the game, and remember, it's quite old. The movement system is quite advanced, and it's still fun to fight and stuff, and collect chests and explore. So I think if you like to explore, fight with magic and collect chests and do quests and stuff, this game would be perfect for you. I already have said, exploring is a big part of this game, and you can sail just everywhere you want. You can jump everything you want. You can't climb, but you can jump quite high, and that makes up for that. So you can sail, go everywhere you want in this game. Spellbook Duelist Club is a Harry Potter inspired combat game. I would like to say it is a strategy action game, where you need to think about your next move, and your reaction time is also an important factor. The game isn't bad, but it isn't popular, and that's really irritating if you only can 5 players. As you already know, if the game is a PvP game and there are non-players playing it, the challenge is red because there aren't any players you can play, and then there's no challenge. If the game was popular, the challenge would be green, but it isn't. The game was updated in 2024, and I think the game would get some updates. I'm not sure if it's anything big, but it's getting some updates where it lifts some bugs. The only things you can grind in this game is the daily quests and the duels, where you get money to buy skins and spells. So it's still grinding, but it's not that kind of grinding where you need to stand AFK the whole of the time to grind, but it's still grinding, so it's mapped right. You can buy to get a cooler looking spells or finishers, but it doesn't really make any great difference in the game, so none pay to win. Before I begin the showcase, I just want to say that it's just so satisfying to win a duel where you just struggle so much and then you finally just shoot a finisher spell on your opponent and just win. I just want to say that's just so satisfying. But not enough talk, let's begin. You can only fight in restricted areas. To access the restricted areas, you need to begin a duel with another person. You can do person versus person, 2 person versus 2 persons, and 3 person versus 3 persons, and custom matches where you choose the map yourself. Now you're surely asking yourself, is the combat worth checking out? So let's take a look at it. When you have found your match, you spawn in an arena and the fight begins. You can have 4 spells here, and by clicking of the left mouse you can shoot your default spell. By clicking right you block. If you block the spell correctly, when you time it correctly, the spell will be bounced back to your enemy. Instead of blocking, you can also use spacebar to go away from your enemy's attack. And there's also a finisher spell that one-shots your enemy if hits. If you not are good in perfect blocking and stuff, you can just hold the shield and you are safe, but your shield hasn't infinite health, so it would be blue, then orange, then red, and then it would be destroyed, and then you have a problem. I hope you enjoyed the little showcase. I hope you give the game a chance even when there isn't any players to play it, so maybe invite some friends or something. Then we have World of Magic. This is one of the better Magic games. The game is not super popular like other Roblox games, but it has still some fans that are playing the game. The map is big, there's many quests, there's a main story and difficult enemies. Plus you can fight other players PvP. So unfortunately I couldn't find a more green color. The developers said that the game won't get any updates because they are working on another game, and that game I will show you at the end of this video. This is a very big game with very much and big crystals, and you can grind them, so grinding is red. But on the other side, I don't think they can avoid grinding on such big game. Surely there are some pay to get something, but it isn't really pay to win. It's more exploring the game and maybe grind a little bit. And now it's finally time for showcase. Like Arcane Reborn, you start by a start screen where you can click play and choose the slot to create your character. I think it's kind of a game series. Arcane Reborn, World of Magic, and the game I will show you at the end of the video. When you finally are finished with the customization, you click on next. And you can choose your magic, you can choose even the color of the magic. If you take earth magic, you can choose stone, rock and stuff, and then it's just another color. Like sand, another color. It's quite nice. When you are finished with everything, you spawn in random city. What you see right now is the ability to reload your magic energy. You can click on your magic and create spells on that key you want to use the spell on. If you want to begin with this game but doesn't know how to do that, please look at the right side of your screen now. If I already have made a video, you should now see a tutorial video how to begin with the game. Just for info, the map is quite big. It's maybe not the biggest map, but it's still quite big if you still should run through it all. The way you get XP on in this game is by quests. at the beginning of the game it's some boring quest, and sooner it becomes harder, and where you need to kill enemies and stuff. And then you get levels, and then XP and then levels, and then you get better spells, and then you can get loot and equipment and weapons. Before you just jump out to the game, here's a newbie tip. Don't attack or destroy anything from an NPC, unless you want to fight with the magic police. They would put you in prison if you do something criminal. Just have an eye on them. Even when they not are there, they will spawn if you do something. And now it's the game Wacky Wizards. The game isn't popular like the really popular games, but there's always 100 players playing it the whole time, so I think it's popular enough to be green. The game has many challenges, quests, PvP, PvE, and you can also make duels with persons in a restricted area if you want that. The game gets an update, I think, but it takes just eternities for them to make one. The game has a level system, and to get levels you need to grind quests, and in the end of the game you need lots of money, and that you also get from quests. So in the end it's just clear grinding. The game has some small factors of pay to win with invisibility cape and stuff, but it isn't that important. It's nice to have it, but it isn't the biggest thing to have. And now let's see some gameplay. As a Harry Potter inspired RPG, you spawn in a place called Wicked Alley, where you learn your first spells and you get your wand and your cosmetics. And here's all the spells you can buy, and you can also find more spells around on the map. So as you can see, a big choice for cosmetics, and this is just the wands you can choose. But this game isn't just any role-playing game. It has also quite great combat. The combat, as in a Harry Potter inspired game, is fought with the spells. The game has over 60 different spells, split up in different groups of magic. You can press F and choose your spell, meanwhile having this wand in your hand. You can also choose what spell is on what number, so that's quite free. And with your different spells you can choose different ways to engage a fight. So you can variate your fighting style at quite many ways. So if you are looking after a Harry Potter inspired game, or just a magic game with cool combat that's variated, or just a cool RPG experience with magic, then you should definitely try this one out. As I said before, we have a magic series, Arcane Reborn to World of Magic to the last game of my ranking list. Arcane Odyssey, would I say, is the best magic experience you can get on Roblox, and it's only on early access. So that would mean it would get even better. Do you know what? I just think I will skip the part where I say the updates and the grinding and stuff. I just say this game, it's great, play it, and I want to show some gameplay just right now. As in the other two games in the series, you just begin with a start screen. When you click play, you can customize your character and stuff. But let's just spool a little bit forward. As in the other games, you can choose your magic and the color of your magic and stuff, but now they have also settings and what they do, how much damage, how fast they are, how big the size are, or how much destruction they do, or what effects it does on your screen, so that's quite cool. You wake up on an island without any memory of who you are. After a quick tutorial, you are free to go wherever you want in this big world. And I must say, the graphics are not too bad. They have quite big details in the game. Like if you go into a door, instead of it just opening, you also put your hand out for opening the door. Or if you're walking on sand, you leave tracks. If you shoot fire into water, it makes smoke. I must say, this game has a good sense of detail. If we look on the combat, it's also not bad. You can fight with swords, lots of weapons, fight bosses, and use magic. So you have many fighting styles you can use. And yeah, there is fighting styles in the game you can get from NPCs. But that's not all. You can also make potions. The game has a hunger system, so you also need to make food to survive. That was my ranking list. Yeah, and by equipping your spells, you can also choose the animation for every spell you cast. You can also do that in World of Magic, but in this game it's also there. Arcane Odyssey plays in a big open world with a big sea. So you have a ship, you can get better ships, and you can put better guns on your ship. You can raid other ships, pirates and stuff. And you have cannons, and you can get a crew and stuff, so that's quite cool. So Arcane Odyssey is one of those few Roblox games where it makes fun to sink ships. To spice the exploring on seas a little bit up, you can also find diving places where you can dive down and collect treasures. There's even bigger places if you get cards and find bigger places with even greater treasures. Just to show how extremely big the world is, this is the first sea, and as you progress you come to the second sea. Arcane Odyssey is a really great magic game, so try that one out. And the other games I've shown you was also quite fun to play, so I would say try them out. I've surely missed some other magic games, so if they aren't in my list, I'm sorry. But I thought this is just a good group of magic games, so try them out, they are kind of fun. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video was to some help if you was bored and wanted to find some cool games. So welcome to my channel, hope you would stay and subscribe. If not, it's okay to leave a dislike.